All right, so the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to add 20 milliliters of 3% hydrogen peroxide. So this is the stuff that I get. I just got this at Jewel. So this is the stuff you get over the counter, 3%. I'm going to measure 3%. I'm going to use 20 milliliters of 3% hydrogen peroxide. Again, this is just over the counter hydrogen peroxide. So I eyeballed it about 20 milliliters. Put that aside. I'll put that in my giant actuated cylinder. And then I'm going to add just the soap, which is just to see the reaction. That's all I'm using this for. There's no catalyst in this one. So 3% with no catalyst. So students at home too, I mean, the blue is not something that's reacting. It's just the fact that I'm using Dawn's soap. A little bit of bubbles. But even the longer I talk, we're going to 30 seconds now of a reaction and not much happening, right? So not much reaction, 3% with no catalyst. So now I'm going to add a catalyst. And the catalyst I'm going to use is potassium iodine. I'm going to add half of the amount. So I'm going to add 10 milliliters of my potassium iodine. I'm still using 3% hydrogen peroxide soap, just for visuals. And then I'm going to add my catalyst. Again, the catalyst doesn't affect my reactants or products, if you remember from when we talked about catalysts before. But now you can clearly see that there is a difference from having a catalyst to when you didn't. We see the foaming happening here. So we can see the reactions starting to, you can't really see much else happening yet. But as we're talking 30 seconds in, you'll notice there's a little bit more, right? Again, this is just with 3% concentration. So we've manipulated a concentration. We're using concentration with and without a catalyst. So now we're going to see the difference of when we start using 30%. So this is 30%. This stuff burns your skin. This has to be held in the refrigerator. We do it here in the chemistry lab. So we're going to use 30% concentration. So we're changing the concentration. I'm going to first do it with no catalyst. Okay, so let me rinse this out. I'm going to pause my video really quick. All right, so now I'm going to use my 30% hydrogen peroxide. I'm still going to use 20 milliliters. So it doesn't change, that doesn't change. So 20 milliliters, 30%. So I've increased my concentration. I'm going to add some soap for visual. Right, so there you can, I mean, maybe the way I spilled it in, you see a little bit of reaction. Let's just wait, like I'm talking here for about 30 seconds and see if there's a little bit more reaction than when we saw the 3%. We do see a little bit more. Now we have 30%, not significant. It's not like it's shouting out at me, right? But this is with no catalyst. So now let's take a look and see what happens if I add a catalyst. Again, I'm using the same catalyst, potassium iodide. I'm going to use 10 milliliters of it, as I did in the first portion. And then I'll add it and see what the reaction is. All right, so clearly, if you can't see this at home just yet, you can clearly see without even 30 seconds going, we already have a significant increase in the reaction rate. Because the reaction did increase when I used higher concentration, right? Because we know that when you increase concentration, the reaction will happen higher reaction rate. And not only that, I added a catalyst, which now higher concentration with a catalyst produced a highest reaction out of all 4 scenarios. Okay?